I honestly don't think I ever thought about losing her. I mean, I think I realized at some point I would, but I didn't think it'd be that quick. I remember the day I got her. I was 7 years old. My dad's mom lives in Indiana. We drive 5 hours down to visit her. We waited on the porch until she got there because we didn't have a house key. And I see her car pull up and she opens the door and this cute little chocolate puppy jumps out and it runs right to me. I said, Mimi, can I have her? She was mine to begin with. As an early Christmas present, that was the happiest moment of my life, was the day that I looked into those eyes and knew that she was mine. I said, oh, what about Godiva, because she's a chocolate lab, or Hershey? I said, no, Aspen. There is not a time when I don't regret that, because now when I look at her, she doesn't look like anything but Aspen. When we first brought her home, we kept telling my dad, and we told him he had antifreeze up laying out. We said, put it away, she's gonna drink it. Well, what does she do as soon as we bring her home? She comes out of the garage licking her lips, and we said, oh my God. So we got in the car, we drove to the emergency vet, and I'm this little 7-year-old hugging my puppy and screaming, don't let my puppy die. That's all I kept saying was, don't let my puppy die, Daddy, don't let my puppy die. And as soon as we got to the vet, they said we're gonna need to pump her stomach, run blood tests, do ultrasounds and x-rays, and meanwhile I'm still screaming, you can't let my puppy die. And he just took his credit card and slammed it on the table and said, do whatever you have to do. And when she came home, she was this happy puppy. We had Aspen for a little over a year, and we decided Nikki, our 13-year-old black lab, it was time to put her down. And my mom took me home. My dad carried Nikki and put her in our van, and I told Aspen to say goodbye to your sister because you're not going to see her for a while. And we took her in the room, said goodbye to her, walked out and waited for them to come and tell us that she was gone. What hurt most was I didn't stay with her, was she died alone without anybody there. I looked at Aspen and I said, I am never going to do that to you. I am going to be with you till the day you die. And I'm going to be holding you when you die, because I don't want you to die alone. The next 6 years, I was the happiest. I would come home to this loving dog and she would always greet me at the door. We would always take her up north with us. There wasn't a time when we went up north that she wasn't right by her side. February 10th, 2011, Aspen had been sick. My dad picked me up and he said, we have to go to the vet. And he said, your mom called and it's not good. What do you mean it's not good? She's really sick. There, I just thought, it's not happening. She's not gonna die. It's Aspen, it's my little girl. She's not gonna die. We got to the vet, and my mom was crying. Aspen was just laying there. The vet came in. Her blood sugar was 526, and normal for a dog is about 90. Her kidneys are going into failure. They're not gonna be able to regulate it, it's too high. And she'd be in a lot of pain. there's nothing we can do for her. We decided to put her down. The vet came in and said this shot is gonna put her to sleep, and then the next shot will stop her heart. She said, do you guys want to be in the room? And my dad said, I can't. And he started crying. My mom couldn't because she was a wreck. So I said I promised her I would. I've always promised her I would stay with her to the end. She put her to sleep. I held her. And they said as soon as I put this in, she won't feel any more pain. And she looked at me and she said, you're doing the right thing. Don't think you're not doing the right thing. I watched him put the needle in her arm and I'm just holding her. And I kept saying how much I loved her. As soon as they put the needle in, I told her, I said, you're gonna see Nikki now. And her head's in my lap. And I'm thinking, don't hate me. Please don't hate me. She listened to her heart and she said she's gone. And I sat there, held her, and I just kept crying and crying and said, you need to take her home now. The ground was frozen, so my dad had to take an axe and chop the ground to get it to loosen up. And he dug a hole. And we put her inside. And I remember walking to it. I couldn't say anything. So I slept on the couch for about a month. I'd be fine one minute and then the next I'd just start crying. And then I think, what if we tried to regulate it? Would she be here? And I love them more than anything. I really do, but I would trade them both to have Aspen back. Just this side of heaven, there is a place called the Rainbow Bridge. When a beloved pet dies, it goes to this place. There is always food, water, and warm spring weather. The old and frail animals are young again. Those who are maimed are made whole again. They play all day with each other, but there is only one thing missing. They are not with their special person who loved them on earth. So each day, they run and play until one day comes when one suddenly stops playing and looks up. The nose twitches, the ears are up. The eyes are staring, and this one runs from the group. You have been spotted. And when you and your special friend meet, you take him or her in your arms and embrace. Your face is kissed again and again, and you look once more into the eyes of your trusting pet. One so far gone from your memories, but not from your heart. Then you cross the rainbow bridge together, never to be parted again.